Hey guys, I know I haven't done a video in a while, but I decided I wanted to do a collection update. Now, my collection hasn't grown, well, it has grown a lot, but it's still not, anything super massive. But I've got like enough books since last time that I figured I wanted to do an update. But as I say, it's not super big. I've sort of slowed down picking up books over the past few months. I just sort of get ones here and there. But I still thought my collection has grown enough for me to do an update, and I know I haven't done a video in a while, and you probably still can't expect me to be uploading videos frequently even after this, but I might try and upload more frequently, maybe one here and there, but don't hold me to that. So I'll start off over here. We got Absolute Transmetropolitan 1 and 2. I'm about halfway through the first book and I'm loving it. So what I'm going to do, probably when I finish the second one, I probably won't want to wait until the third Absolute, so I'll probably just carry on in paperbacks after this, and I'll buy the third one when that comes out. But definitely recommend those. Those are some really nice additions. Transmetropolitan, the second one, I think this is probably the thickest Absolute they've released. Well, Preacher, actually. Preacher's probably thicker, but that's a close second, I would think. Absolute Blackest Night, amazing. I talked about that last time, I think, or I've done a review separately on that a while ago. Part of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, amazing. Final Crisis, I've reread that since last time I did a video, I think. The second time around reading this, I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more. I don't know why. Maybe you have to be in a certain mind frame to enjoy that, or maybe I just understood it more the second time, I don't know. But, that's a fantastic story. And that's obviously slots into Grant Morrison's Batman run nicely, which is why I've got it next to Absolute Batman and Robin. Still not finished this. I got about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way through. And I really enjoyed it as well. I just never finished it. So never finished Grant Morrison's run. I need to carry on with this and then hop onto Batman Incorporated, finish up his run. But yeah, I'll get around to that eventually. We've got Absolute Batman: The Court of Owls. Obviously Scott Snyder's start on the New 52 Batman. Which is really good. I don't really know what they were doing with the collecting New 52 Batman now, because we've got an Absolute for this. Then we've got the standard sized hardcovers for the rest. And then there's a box set of the first 3 paperbacks coming out. I don't know how they're going to collect, because I would really like to get Death of the Family and Endgame, especially in like some oversized format. But I'm not really sure how they're going to release the rest now. I'm not sure. We've got 3 Sandman Absolutes. Still need to pick up the 4th, but I've only read the first 2, so once I finish the 3rd I will pick up the 4th. I took them out of the cases just because I think they look really nice on the shelf without them. But yeah, amazing. We've got Buffy Season 8, Volume 1. I really like the TV show. I haven't actually read this yet. I just bought it when I finished the TV show. I didn't get round to it. I do think first I'm going to read Angel Season 6, so I'll do that and then I'll start with these. That's a really nice volume though. Watchmen, really love Watchmen. I've reread that again recently. Amazing. Definitely one of my favourite graphic novels. Enjoyed it all the way through. We've got Why the Last Man, all 5 volumes. Another amazing series. I was really sad when I finished that because it was so good, but definitely recommend that to anyone. Probably get the Absolutes by now because I think some of these hardcovers are a bit difficult to get, so Absolutes is probably the way to go, but I don't see myself upgrading in the near future because these are very nice. And we got Green Arrow by Lemire. This is amazing. I haven't really read a lot of New 52 to be honest, but what I have read has been pretty good, and this is no exception. This was really good. I would pick this up. I recommend that to anyone. We've got Crisis on Infinite Earths Deluxe Edition. Bought this, never got around to reading it. I know it's going to be good, but just not got around to it yet. I will do soon. Really nice hardcover. And then another New 52 series, which is amazing, which is Snyder's Swamp Thing. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Recommend that. You don't really need to know anything about Swamp Thing beforehand, or I didn't know anything about it and I understood that just fine. Then we've had the first 2 Flash omnibuses. The third one well, they're all out of print now, but the third one is a bit difficult for me to get a hold of, so maybe one day, or if I can't, I'll probably just double dip these volumes in the paperbacks, and I'll get the third one in paperback as well, because I know they've been releasing John's running paperbacks now, as they're doing with a lot of his series, like Teen Titans has been getting paperbacks, I believe. Well, yeah, I've read the first volume, really enjoyed it, and I've read about maybe a quarter to a half of this, really enjoyed that too. Need to carry on with it. And we've got The Killing Joke, obviously. Nothing much needs to be said about that. It's just an amazing, amazing comic. Still haven't watched the adaptation and the animated film. I'll get around to it eventually. I just don't really have a lot of hope for it from what I've heard, so I might just skip it for now. And we've got a couple of Flash TV show pops. And we've got my Hellboy library editions. Still haven't finished these. Still need to get volumes 5 and 6, and then 7 if they ever release 7. With all the Hellboy and Hell stuff, that would be nice. But yeah, really great. Something different from the superhero stuff I've got, and I really enjoy them. So, yeah. Moving over to my other shelf over here. Got some more Funkos up there. Start off with the first 3 Straczynski Spider-Man hardcovers. I've read the first 2 of these, really enjoyed them. I do need to read the third one. But then, after that, I'm probably not going to pick up 4 and 5 because I've heard they're not as good. And all of these are out of print now, so you do go for a bit of money. And, you know, for a story which is just going to dwindle towards the end, I don't really want to pay the extra cash, so I'll probably just stick with these 3. I've got the first volume of Superior Spider-Man. The only reason I bought this now, I was always going to read Superior Spider-Man eventually. I wanted to go through Superior Spider-Man and then up to Spider-Verse, and you know. But the only reason I bought it right now, I haven't actually read it yet, is because I had it on my Amazon. I had it in my Amazon basket, or my save for later area. And then I noticed that it ran out of stock on Amazon. And the second party sellers were selling it for a bit higher prices, like 30 and upwards. So I thought maybe it was going out of print. I haven't checked since, so I just grabbed up a copy for like £25 off of eBay. This is the variant as well, which is quite nice. I haven't checked since to see if it actually is out of print or they just ran out of stock for a little bit. But either way, I have that now, and I will start reading it soon. Punisher Max, this is the Jason Aaron Omnibus. And I'm going to also have the first complete collection for Ennis. Punisher's great, I really enjoyed this. I need to pick up the next couple of volumes. I believe 2 and 3 are out, and then 4 is coming out by the end of the year. So I'll grab those soonish. Then we've got Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, and Born Again. Love The Man Without Fear. This is the first thing I read of Daredevil, and it was amazing. Born Again, however, I know many people absolutely love it. And this is going to sound like heresy, but yeah, it was alright. I'm not too fond of it. However, Bendis run, I am really, really fond of that. That is amazing. I read the entire thing and absolutely loved every page. These Ultimate Collections are out of print now as well, so hopefully they'll get a reprint for anyone who didn't manage to grab those. Moving into Brubaker's run, I read these like straight after each other. I read all 3 and bought the first Brubaker one, but I read all these back to back, and then I got a bit Daredeviled out. So I still haven't read this yet, and they are reprinting the Brubaker Daredevil Omnibus, so I don't know, I'll either carry on with these in paperbacks or I might pick up the Omnibus at some point. Random volume of Hellblazer here. It's only here because it fit. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I do have the second volume, I just haven't read it for whatever reason. I'll get around to it. Got Uncanny X-Force, the first complete collection. I haven't read this yet either, but I will do eventually. I'll grab the second one, which will go here. Get rid of this. And then we've got Brubaker's Captain America. We've got Winter Soldier, Red Menace, Death of Captain America, then Civil War, because that fits in here, and then Fantastic Four Civil War. I do have the X-Men tie-in as well. It's just my copy's a bit beat up, and there wasn't really enough room for it on my shelf, so I thought it's a bit beat up, I don't really need to put it up, so it's not on my shelf, but I do own that. We've got Captain America Lives and the Trial of Captain America. So just to finish off this run, I need to get Return of the Winter Soldier, which I will do at some point. But, you know, love Captain America by Brubaker, is really good. Then we've got the JSA Omnibus, all three of those. Read the first two, still need to read the third. Again, read these back to back, you know, quite fast, so I got a bit JSA'd out. So I'll do the third eventually. Oh, it does start a new series in here. It's like, it's not JSA, it's Justice Society from like issue 1 up to 25 or whatever, however many issues it was, so that should be easy for me to hop back in without having to recap over those. Aquaman 1 and 2 hardcovers from the New 52. Really enjoyed those. I need to carry on with it, really. It's just I can't really be bothered with just buying the single volumes of the New 52 going up. It'd be just really expensive for what they are. And, you know, knowing how many are out and stuff, like, it's up to like volume 8 now. That's a lot of money. So I've just sort of stopped, so I might wait for some deluxe edition or omnibus or something to come in the future. That's the same way I feel for Justice League. Although, I really do want to read Darkseid War, so I'm probably going to pick up Forever Evil, like probably just a paperback, just for context. I'll read that just for context on Darkseid War. And then I will pick up the Darkseid War hardcovers. I do like this new style of hardcovers they've been doing after the new 52 ones, so I will pick up those Darkseid War hardcovers and read those. Hopefully I won't, you know, lose anything for not reading volumes 2 through 6 or whatever of Justice League, but I don't know. John's Flash run with Barry Allen. This is after his Wally West stuff. Rebirth through Flashpoint, amazing. Death of the Family. Snyder's Batman run, obviously Court of Owls, amazing. I bought the absolute. Death of the Family I really, really loved as well. I've got the Joker book, which sort of tie-ins for that. And I started 0 Year, but it didn't grab me like the previous story arcs did. And it was 2 hardcovers. I only had the first one, and it didn't really grab me, so I got rid of that. I haven't read 0 Year. I'll probably get around to it eventually if they release, you know, a complete book of it. I'll read through that, but for now, I haven't read that. And I haven't read Volume 6, which is like Graveyard Shift or something like that, which is just filler issues between story arcs or whatever. But I really wanted to read Endgame. I bought this. Like, it's just, I feel like it's good to read these. It's a bit of a 2-part story. Obviously, there is some stuff in Endgame which I didn't understand, like in Bruce's life, that I would have missed out off from 0 Year, I guess, or just after 0 Year in the tie-in in like some of the filler issues. But I don't know. I was still fine reading this, missing out the volumes between here, and this is just as amazing as Death of the Family to me. Absolutely loved it. And then we got tie-in books. I do plan to carry on with Batman after this, though. I will pick up Super Heavy and finish off, you know, the new 52 Batman. We've got Dark Knight by Paul Dini. This is on my to-read list next, actually. I'll get around to that very soon. Really nice book. And we've got just a couple of deluxes here. Kingdom Come and Dark Knight Saga. Need to get around to both of these, but the classics, I know I'll love them. Sorry the lighting's a bit bad here, but I'm by a window, so. Moving down, we've got pretty much John's complete Green Lantern. I do have the first omnibus of his run. I did originally have them in paperback, like the contents of the first omnibus. I had them in paperback before the omnibus came out. And the omnibus did come out, and I was like, hey, you know what, I like this run so much, I'm probably just going to upgrade. And I did, but what I've decided is omnibus is like going to be select titles I'm going to pick up in omnibus is what I'm trying to say. If there's like nice hardcover editions or deluxes instead of omnibus, I'll get those, because omnibus are just a little bit unwieldy to me. I prefer just to read it in smaller hardcovers, but yeah, that's why that omnibus isn't on my shelf. I probably will rebuy the paperbacks that comprise that volume, Rebirth through the Sinestro Corps War. I might get the Sinestro Corps Absolute to go with my Blackest Night one, I don't know. But yeah, John's Green Lantern's run is amazing. So I do have that first omnibus, as I said, and after that we've got Rage of the Red Lanterns, Agent Orange, and then after that Blackest Night, obviously. And then after Blackest Night, rest of the run. And then Ion, the Ion Kyle Rayner books, which come in just before Sinestro Corps War. Few of the Green Lantern Corps tie-in books. And then all the other Lantern series in paperback from the New 52. I do plan to carry on with the New 52 Green Lantern even after John's left, because I want to get up to the Godhead and the Renegade stuff that has been more like the more recent stuff before Rebirth, because that seems pretty interesting. I'll do that eventually. I've got Longbow Hunters, Green Arrow. That was really good. I probably will buy the Mike Grell volumes that have been coming out eventually, because that was quite good. Red from the Outlaws. Yeah, that was just whatever. I don't really have a lot to say about those. Probably won't carry on with them. Justice League 2 and 3 have not read. Probably won't, to be honest. I might buy Volume 3 of Aquaman and read the Throne of Atlantis storyline, but as I say, with Justice League, I'll read Darkseid War. I'm not really bothered with anything in between. And we've got the second print of Rebirth. This is just like it's bound, so I decided to put it on my shelf rather than in a bag. I do have a first and third print. I just bought all three because I don't know why, I'm weird. And this one will serve as my reading copy, and I'll have the other two just to keep, because I like the cover art for the third print, and I just bought the first print because it was Rebirth. Then we got Flash by Grant Morrison and Mark Millar. This was really good. Enjoyed that a lot. I can't wait till the Mark Millar Flash volumes start coming out. I'll definitely buy those. This is just sort of my test volume of Preacher. I got the cheapest one I could find. This cost me like 10 pence maybe, which is ludicrous. It's like £2 postage, so that's really good. I'll read that, and if I enjoy that, then I'm gonna hop into the Absolute edition of Preacher. And then we've got Joss Whedon's Frey. This is just in the Buffyverse, I guess. I grabbed that for relatively cheap. I'll get round to that. And moving down, we've got second volume of Hellblazer, the one I still need to read. I don't really have anywhere to put that right now. We've got the complete Walking Dead hardcovers, like 1 through 12, and I've read all of these, and I have the singles that have come out since this, up until current. I'm current on the singles, but I definitely will pick up the 13th hardcover when that comes out next month, I believe. And then I couldn't really find a place to put my Batman books. I'm running out of space to put my comics, to be honest. This shelf is full. My other shelf is almost full, and that's the only space I've got, really. So yeah, I'll have to find somewhere to put them. But for now, my Batman books are just sort of crammed down here. I don't actually have that many Batman books, to be honest. I've got Morrison's run here, like these books, and obviously I have the Final Crisis and Batman and Robin Absolutes. Then we've got some other stories, Long Halloween, Hush, Under the Red Hood, some classic stories. They're all fantastic. And then the Black Mirror, which is Snyder's start on Batman. And we've got the first volume of Transmet. Need to get rid of this at some point because I have the Absolutes now. The first volume of Saga of the Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. because, as I say, I really did enjoy the New 52 Swamp Thing, so I wanted to read more of his, more of Swamp Thing, so I'll read that soonish. First image hardcover of Spawn. I believe Volume 2 is out of print, like horribly out of print. I'll probably never get reprinted because I don't know that Spawn was too popular. But yeah, I'll get round to reading this at some point, and if I like it, I can always continue with the paperbacks. And then we've got my 2 Valiant books, Bloodshot and Exo Manowar, Volume 1. Valiant, it was just sort of a sporadic buy. I haven't got around to reading them yet. I'm sure they're good. I'm sure they are good. I just, not read them yet. Down here we've got Earth 1, Superman 1 and 2. Not really my cup of tea, to be honest. Probably won't buy the 3rd one. And Batman Earth 1, not read this one yet, but I know the 2nd volume's out, so we'll get around to that soon. And then we've got Angel Season 6, Volume 1, which I've started, and I'm enjoying it quite well so far. I'm very glad this continued off into a comic. I mean, Buffy, sure, I'm glad that continued off into a comic, but Angel finished on a cliffhanger, which was, annoying. So it's good that they actually played that out in comic. And then we've got the first 2 Uncanny X-Force hardcovers, which I had before. I was getting the complete collections. Just a lot of these hardcovers are out of print now and will be a bit difficult to get, so I decided I'll just pick them up in complete collections. And then we've got Simone's Batgirl 1, 2 and 3. They were all really good, I just didn't continue with the series for whatever reason. Well, that's about it. That is my collection as of September 2016. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. As I say, you probably don't expect any uploads anytime soon. I might do a haul if I get some interesting stuff at some point, or maybe I might do some Blu-ray videos, I don't know. I do collect films and shit, so maybe I'll do some of those, I'm not sure. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.